We're live. Episode 3 of the Greased Up Sports Podcast. Finally, we have some sports to talk about. Finally, we've been waiting forever. We have another interview coming later on. But first, I want to give a quick shout out to Cutting Edge Landscaping. If you know Mill River, if you know the DeCoasts, if you know good grass, you're going to go to Cutting Edge Landscaping. Get your patios done by them. Get your hydro seeding done by them. Then go to Winger Chic and have a beer with them. Boys. Aren't you supposed to be not wearing shirts this week? That's what Pat said.
Ooh. Yeah, I guess that's
probably
forget.
True.
Well,
I didn't forget.
We had a couple hot takes. Punishment time.
Guess I could undo my blouse here.
DJ with 1, Devin with 1, Iacugino, Santaprisi with 0. Show up them hairs, boys.
Here we go.
What's up with the hat this week?
So, I'm sure Kurt and Pat thought they were the only ones that had cowboy hats, but enter DJ to the conversation. Here I am with probably the best looking one yet. You know, I do just want to, say Kurt had a nice rebuttal there. But it was awfully speedy for someone that just wasn't worried at all about what Pat was saying,
I mean, he was trying to say that they weren't friends. Get out of
here. It's not true.
Not for the cameras.
I mean, as you saw in the tweet the next day, it seems like he almost idolizes him.
That's what I think. I mean, he became a lifeguard after Pat was already a lifeguard.
Wow, fact.
That's something. That's
big brother, little brother sort of thing going on there.
Well, then he has Kenzie coming in and trying to defend him. Kenzie's starting to talk shit to Pat.
Big bro,
good kid.
Yeah,
good bro, stepping in.
Yeah, we don't want Steph and Grace
I like the kids
this.
over there. That would be unreal.
They got a solid group over there.
What are you drinking tonight,
Steph, Grace, and Pat?
I'm drinking some Twisted Teas, kid. The sponsor of my personal quarantine as well. Twisted Tea Tall Boys.
Ooh, I think you like Twisted Teas more than anyone I've ever met.
I know a couple of names that like Twisted Teas a lot, but I don't want to name drop on you guys. But yeah, I think I'm up there. Big Twee guy.
What do you like about Tweez? The flavor of them, or just how easy they go down?
Yeah, they go down easy. It's a little bit of a nostalgia thing. Brings me back to the warmer days, that sort of thing.
The summertime days.
Yeah, it just cures the winter blues.
Well, Dev, I just learned something from you.
Yeah. If you guys want to learn some more stuff, I got a big brain. Lots of stuff going on here.
We need it.
Do it.
Give the people what they want.
So, as you guys know, breaking news hit the island last week. It was very devastating to all the mariners around here. They shut down the boat ramps, all the public ramps. They had their gates up. They had their signs up saying commercial vessels only. We had to deal with it. And what I learned this week is this country was founded on and is still run by we the people. Say it with me. We
the people.
The people.
The people.
Love it.
The people.
So anyways,
that's great.
We told I don't want to name names. I don't know who's involved in it. I think it was mostly the state, but we told the government basically to fuck off. We're going to throw our boats in anyways because that's the right thing to do. And we weren't causing any problems getting near people at the boat ramps, and we basically threw a fuss. And now today they just announced that they're reopening the boat ramps tomorrow morning.
So I think the 25-foot sea cat going to go in tomorrow morning. That means.
I think it's going to go in Thursday or Wednesday. But
definitely want to get it in before they just decide to shut it down again.
Oh, at this point.
Well, you know what I heard a lot of people were doing. I guess a lot of people were buying a $20 commercial mackerel license. Which for all the people out there, if you need mackerel, I'm your guy. They call me the mackerel jigger. All right. I'm the guy.
Actually, fun fact.
Devin can vouch for that.
Santo is saved in my phone as the mackerel whisperer. That's a fact.
It's what I do. It's what I do best.
He's pretty good at getting
I was saying,
I'd like to see
a lot
that,
of people were buying these macro licenses so then they could have a commercial license and they could still bring their boats on and off the ramp.
That's how you
get
work
around
the
the
system.
Loopholes.
That's how you
Yeah,
work.
you got to find the loophole.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's good.
I wish see that. It's
macro
backwards. Macro whisperer.
Whoever needs my number, there it is. Pause it.
Oh my god.
Screenshot it.
Add it. Let's see your number.
That is gold.
Deb, what else you got for us this week? What's your
Yeah, so I wanted to stay updated on the the Craigslist misconnections.
For sure.
We have an interesting one this week involving a man and a couple who's actually his neighbor. So the title is "We Chatted About Our Lawns," and this is in Wellesley. It's a nice, wealthy community, Met a couple last fall. We chatted about our lawns and our techniques to keep them green and healthy. Shout out Cutting Edge. Husband was a nice guy. Wife was super sexy. I kind of got a vibe, but hard to say. And not easy to break the ice if I was right. But I've been thinking about trying to meet up with you guys. Trying to be specific enough so you can recognize me from this post, but also keep me very discreet. So when I read this, I was trying to imagine how this whole interaction went down. So do you think he just got like a little look from the wife and he was like, oh, it's on? Like, I don't know how that
she gave him those fuck eyes.
It must have been, right?
She must have.
I don't know where he's coming from. I'm just picturing this guy and it's like,
I mean, you don't just like go next door to your neighbor's house and you're like, hey, you guys have grass seed? Oh, she wants to fuck me. Like something had to go down there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
maybe a little wiener touch. I don't know, like just a brush by or something.
It was like,
that'd
hey,
be enough for
some
me
of my
to go on
seed?
Craigslist, especially right now.
What's funny is my brother and his friend. So I went over to my brother's house on Saturday to get some shit for my lawn, and his friend pulls up. Him and his friend are in like one of these Facebook groups where they like idolize their lawns. They're obsessed with their lawns. And my brother actually just texted me legit 5 minutes ago. Official lawn care nut. Can you see that?
A little bit.
He's in this group and that's all they do is just talk about their lawns. So I wonder if anyone's trying to get with each other's wives in there too.
Maybe. Give him some fertilizer tips.
Yeah. It's really just a group of swingers, dude.
Undercover swingers. Yeah, we love our lawns, believe me.
A nice lawn is great, though. That's one of those things in life where you definitely enjoy is a nice lawn, a nice green lawn.
It's a great thing to behold. When I thought of the discussion, I was just picturing like the typical dad with his like grass stained cargos and the Nike Air Monarchs on. Like, this chick is so down.
Dad.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's funny.
So you guys catch the draft?
Did I ever?
I mean, we had not much else to do, so
Hang on
I kind of hope so. What's he got for us?
Well, let's see.
The anticipation's killing me right now.
You gotta say the hat looks pretty good on you, DJ.
Thank you very
nice
much.
Look.
Yeah. I thought about becoming a cowboy, but I didn't want to do any more years of college.
Yeah, I feel that. That's a couple of years in the agriculture program.
Yeah, one for the dropouts.
My nieces are moving out soon, so now they're trying to sleep upstairs all the time, and they just whenever they sleep upstairs and I'm doing shit in here, they just come in and try to make me shut up. I'm like, get out of here! You guys are like 3 years old. Go to bed.
Not that you're an uncle?
Something like that. Some people would call me the best uncle in the world. Wait, hang on.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
This isn't your personal PR station, son.
Yeah. He's handing out his number, dude. Like, look at all this stuff.
Uncle.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God.
If you didn't know, Santo is an uncle. The fun cat.
Me and Dev are looking for a third host of the Greased Up Sportscast for anyone who's looking.
Anyone wants to drink beers and shoot the shit.
So the draft. The draft.
Yeah, the draft. I mean, you were psyched on it. I thought you were about to grab like a draft board or something. I don't know.
I thought you were grabbing some nieces.
I wish I had a draft board. I mean, I never watched the draft, and I'm so sports deprived that I watched every single round of the draft besides like the last day. No one really cares about 5 through 7.
Nah. There's usually the no-name guys. What do you guys think about the past draft, though? I actually was pretty happy with the results on the second day for sure.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I think that Nike, Bill Belichick's dog, might have actually made that first pick, the D2 guy. I mean, Bill came back, gave the dog a treat and everything. Like, it sure looked like he just made, like, a good boy pick. I don't know.
Yeah, they're comparing this guy to Pat Chung, but more athletic and come down and play in the box. like an extra linebacker. He's good in
He
coverage.
looks like the Rock and Gridiron gang, dude, because he was just laying people out in that D2 league, dude. Like, it was a joke. So, like, hopefully the Senior Bowl actually, like, represents, like, who he can be against, like, better talent. Because I guess that's –
Yes, that's the thing.
Yeah, I heard Bill was actually there, like, because we didn't go to the Super Bowl this year, so he was actually able to go to the Senior Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he caught his eye there.
I mean, scouts definitely know more than me, but I think it's so hard to judge a guy that played Division II ball. You got the big fish in a little pond situation, you know? It's like, is he going to be as good as what everyone says? His film's obviously unbelievable because he's the best athlete on the field in Division II. But when you go up against guys in the SEC and the NFL especially that run crispier routes. Yeah,
Deontay Harris played at Assumption College, who I played against. Tremendous athlete.
Pro bowler.
Made all pros first year. So I think you play against who they put out there against you. I mean, it's really all you can do.
Deb, does this make you reconsider like kind of giving it another shot, the NFL? You were a D3 ball player, right?
D2.
D2.
Fuck me. You know, I've been telling you guys for a while. I was only one step away from the league, and this kind of just cements my point. You know, that could have been me. They didn't see something in me that they saw in Kyle Duggar, unfortunately. Yeah. But you know, we almost made it. We got a shot.
We got to send them the updated highlight tape of you. I think they would give you a second look.
They don't know the gains I've been making, so it's undercover.
So who do you think won the draft?
Nike the dog.
Well, I mean, like, teams.
I mean, it's so hard. You can't, like, decide, like, who wins the draft before you see, like, anyone that's played. But, I mean, I guess on paper, like, who won the draft? Maybe, I mean, Tampa got what they needed. They got some needs.
Yeah, Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah, that was
needed
good.
Him. They traded up for him, and that was big.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Baltimore killed the draft.
Who did they get again? I forget.
Baltimore killed the drafts. They got J.K. Dobbs. They got Patrick Queen with their first pick. LSU
that was a good pick.
And then they got Devin Duvernay, who was another stud wide receiver at Texas to help out
they did do
Brown.
Good. They
I like what the Dolphins are doing too.
Good picks.
Yeah, the Dolphins.
Had a good draft,
Dolphins might have had the best draft, but they also had the most picks. So how could you not have a good draft?
Yeah, exactly. They got Tua. They got their guy at quarterback, and they traded for Breida as well.
Matt Breida.
Yeah,
that was a good trade.
That's like, I don't know. They could compete for the division this year, potentially. They got a couple guys on defense, too. Who'd they get from us? Van Noy and, what's his name? Landon Roberts as well. Not that he's a stud, but he's a good player.
Yeah. Speaking of Landon Roberts, he was our fullback last year because our guy, James Devlin, unfortunately retired today.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
James Devlin, the grittiest, hardworking, all-around leader you could have in a Pats uniform. That was James Devlin. He brought the fullback position back to the NFL.
I mean, first thing that comes to my mind with James Devlin is great fucking beard. Great fucking beard. He rocked that thing. Oh, my God. You could tell he was Ivy League just from the beard he had. Ivy League football player just from the beard he had.
Pure class.
Pure class, exactly.
I mean, everyone said
does he have 3 rings? He has three rings, right?
Yeah, he was in this new area of rings.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he did a hat change?
No, why would I have 2 fucking cowboy hats? That's fucking weird.
Wow, look at that.
That's a nice looking hat.
But who do you guys think either one of the tight ends that we drafted, do you think they might try and work them into a fullback position now? Because I know like VT kid is very athletic. He's been compared to the Hernandez of the 2 tight ends we drafted, which I don't know if that's a good comparison, but maybe.
Yeah, I think if anything, Devin Asiasi will kind of go to that fullback position because he's just a bigger body. He's good at blocking. That's what he's known for, is his more blocking abilities. So I could see him taking.
I think he's actually smaller than Dalton Keene, to be honest. He's an inch smaller. He might weigh a little bit more.
I think he weighs more. He's more muscular.
I think Vitale, the guy from the Packers we got, is going to take those reps. Personally. Yeah, I mean maybe they'll mix him in, but
I mean, at the same time, though, I think Bill probably got him as like a safety guy in case any of those guys don't work out. But I think he'd be very down to definitely use a fullback and not waste the money on this guy when you can just use the draft pick.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So definitely have that guy in case those guys just suck.
I have full faith in Bill and what he sees in Stidham or what he saw in practice last year and McDaniels. So I'm on the Stidham train for now. We'll see how that plays out.
Do you think Stidham is our franchise guy? You think he's going to be rolling with him?
If Phil's rolling with him now, I think he has some faith that he could be potentially.
He's our franchise guy for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, for this year. Do you think he's like for the long haul though, for the next like 5 years? You think we'll sign him to an extension or anything?
Yeah, I mean, not until we sign him to the extension. You know, Bill, I think when Brady first took over, I think he was just like, hey, I don't think this guy's their franchise quarterback until he signed him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he takes everything one step at a time. So I think as of now, he's our guy going forward. And, you know, hopefully I think he has a good year and hopefully we do extend him. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, I think he's probably going to be pretty good. Auburn's offense ran a lot of like dink and dunks. Like he wasn't really throwing the ball downfield all that much at Auburn, but that's also the Pats offense. With that being said, I think
Stidham's better looking than Brady at this age.
Get out of here.
At this
dude.
Age?
At this age. At this age, yeah, fact.
Okay.
I thought you meant like this given moment.
That's not too.
No. Brady's a fine wine.
Brady was busted when he was like 24.
Yeah.
Like the what do you call it? The cleft chin and all that shit.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say is I think that at the point in the draft where they could have drafted a quarterback, maybe Jacob Eason, but I don't think they really wanted him. But there wasn't a quarterback on the board that was going to be better than Stidham this year, so you're wasting a draft pick on a quarterback. When we could go, say we go 8-8 next year, we have a decent draft pick. We trade that first round pick along with a second and one of our other million picks that we have next year already. And we move up in the draft, and maybe we don't get Trevor Lawrence. Maybe we don't get, what's his name, the kid from Ohio State.
Fields.
But, yeah, Justin Fields. But maybe we can get, like, the kid from Texas, Ellinger, or, like, if he's good enough. Or you always know, like, Joe Burrow was nothing 2 years ago. Now he's the biggest stock on the market, you know? And when you look at the list of teams in the NFL that have their franchise guy, there's a lot of them compared to the teams that don't have their franchise guy. And for that, like for the most part, those teams aren't going to be that great next year. Like Washington kind of needs their franchise guy still. Detroit could draft someone. But there's a lot of teams that have their franchise guy.
Anytime Bill wants, anytime he wants, he can just find a quarterback like Brady in the 6th round. He just chooses not to every year.
Can't make it look too easy. That'll send warning flags.
How about the Green Bay Packers drafting a quarterback in the 1st round?
Yeah, I did not see that coming at all.
They had the worst draft in the NFL. Jordan Love isn't even that good also.
They did nothing to help them win this year.
No, exactly. I heard, and they were in the championship game last year. What are you doing?
I don't know what they're thinking. They had a couple good running backs like come out of nowhere last year. I think they have another chance this year.
They drafted another running back when they had the best combo of running backs in the league.
AJ Dillon, shout out BC.
Oh,
shout out BC, AJ Dillon.
Lawrence Academy, local guy.
Yep. I heard that they haven't drafted a 1st-round wide receiver since Rodgers has been there. They drafted this no-name tight end from this year. They still haven't drafted him a wide receiver. He has no help over there. I think MVS just left. The Packers
they got Devin Funchess. I guess that was their their way of addressing that. But yeah, I mean this is supposedly the best wide receiver draft like in years or maybe ever. They're saying, and you're gonna take a quarterback in the 1st round. Like what are you doing?
I think it might be the head coach kind of wants to like mold his own guy and just start over. I mean, even though Rodgers is one of the best in the league, but he's kind of trying to put his print on the team.
This is what it always goes back to with the Packers for me is they don't really have an owner, so it's tough for someone to make those executive decisions up top. And you know what? That is just such a bonehead move. If you're going to hire a coach that wants to rebuild with a guy like Aaron Rodgers, it's a win now kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like you build around
just
him.
give him some talent. They could have given him anyone in that draft.
If you're telling me that was the coach's idea coming in, then that's just terrible ownership right there. That's
how old is Rodgers? Like 34, 35?
34? I think 34. He has 4 more years left on his deal.
He could probably he could probably play like 5-6 more years in the NFL.
I mean, Jordan Love, if he's good, which obviously they think he will be, he's not going to sit behind Rodgers for 4 whole years. Like probably two max. Yeah, I mean they'd have to if that's probably their plan.
No, they'll let go. They'll do the exact same thing they did with Favre. But it's just like you're probably losing out on like if you address the draft right this year. I mean, maybe even free agency. You're looking at a shot at the championship. So
yeah, I don't know.
That's all I got on the
draft. That,
like,
wait, I wanted to add one more thing. Your guy DJ Cheyenne O'Grady was unfortunately not drafted. He has not been signed yet. So we'll be waiting on an update for that. Yeah,
that stinks. I think he'll get picked up. Maybe even by the Pats down the road. You never know.
That'd be
nice. Out of retirement, even though he never really started.
Oh, also another local, another tight end, local guy, Jake Burt, got signed by the Pats. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
St. John's Prep.
Straight out of Linfield, St. John's Prep. Yeah, good stuff.
That's pretty cool. Imagine growing up a Pats fan and then you get signed by them.
He's basically he's one of us. Yeah.
Did you know the kid? You went to the prep?
Nah, I knew his brother. His brother's a couple years older than him. 2-3 years older than him.
Did he play football?
He did like his freshman year. He was more of a basketball guy.
Was he a freak of nature too? Like athletic?
He was big. He was like 6'4", big dude.
Yeah, wish I had that size. I'd probably be dunking.
You'd be dunking? Yeah.
Tell me one thing you hate. Let's do this again.
One thing I hate. I guess I was at the grocery store this past week, and they have the new rules in place, which are fine. They make sense. But this lady, I started walking down the aisle. She's like, "Oh, you can't go this way. Like, they'll get mad at you." And she made it seem like she was not the one that was mad, but it's just the management there. But really, it's just a passive-aggressive way of being a bitch to me. And I was like, you know what? You could just tell me.
I hate passive-aggressive old people. They're the worst.
You can just tell me straight up. Oh, wait, can we tell the story about You should tell the story about the guy at Good Harbor when we were playing catch. Speaking of old guys.
Yeah. So me and Devin were playing catch one time, Good Harbor Beach. If you never watched me and Devin play catch, it's a thing of beauty. And so me and Devin are playing catch at the beach. They have this massive, massive beach soccer tournament going on 20 yards behind us. So just keep this in the back of your head, right? So me and Devin are playing catch, running routes, running post corners, whatever you name it. Me and Devin are throwing it. We're catching it. Ball bounces near this old guy. He's like, "Hey, you mind moving a little bit?" Absolutely no problem. So we move, keep on playing catch. Ball bounces probably 35 yards away from him. And he like stands up and screams at me. He's like, "Hey, buddy, I told you to get the fuck out of here." And I looked at him. I was like, "The fuck?" I was like, "You own this fucking beach, pal?" He's like, "No, but I'm reading a book right here." And I'm like, if you want to go read a book, go fucking sit in your living room. Get off the fucking beach. I'm trying to play catch over here. And he legit stood up like he wanted to fight me. I'm like, dude, get out of it. Like, you're old. You'll literally crumble if you take a step towards me.
You should have just cuffed him right there.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, we also had the moment that you don't have to tell this one, but the moment at Titus's dock too, and we just went in on some old people.
Yeah. That was a good one. Yeah.
They just want to dish it out.
DJ was ready to square up with that guy.
Never. I don't do that stuff.
I think passive aggressive old people are the worst people on earth, honestly. Like old people in general, when they try to be like,
you get some gold out of them though. The lines they drop are unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would rather the 40s.
Yeah, it's electric.
I would have rather the lady just told me like, "Hey, get the fuck out of this aisle. Like, don't get near me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Santa, what's something you hate? No, I got you first. Yeah.
All right. Let me think. I got one. All right. When you have a spiral notebook, right?
Yeah.
And it has those like cuts on it so you can rip it out.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when I go to rip it out and instead of going it right down, it like cuts in a little bit and I don't make it a perfect cut. Oh, it makes me so angry.
That
makes me so angry.
I almost like
if I'm using like a new sheet of paper and I'm about to use that one and I fuck it up, I just crinkle that one up and then try again.
Oh yeah, same. Yeah, my OCD made me go through tons of notebooks when I was in school, and I didn't even take that much notes.
Wait, you don't fold your paper before you throw it out, Santo?
Oh.
Wow, uncivilized.
There's something about crumbling up a piece of paper that's like satisfying.
Kobe. Yeah, I mean,
move.
something I hate when you're trying to put the bottom sheet on, the elastic one, whatever it's called,
Yeah.
and you get the 3 corners or whatever, and you're going to get the 4th, and you get it, and then you look over and that first corner is off. You're like, fuck, and you go over to that one, and then the fucking other corner. And then the only way to do it is you just got to do the jump technique and just spread eagle it.
The jump.
Yeah.
Shout out Jason.
I mean, that's a legendary move. But I mean, if you're not looking to do that, like, fuck, dude, I fucking hate putting that thing on.
They're the worst sometimes. Or when you put them on the wrong way and you just feel like an idiot for that split second. You're like, oh god, I'm a fucking idiot. You realize
that probably happens to you a lot.
Happens to me a lot.
Have you guys attempted the jump? I haven't given it a go yet. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I gave the jump a go. I was wearing a watch. This was back in college, and I had a windowsill right next to the corner of my bed. And I went for the jump, and my watch got caught on the windowsill and just exploded my watch into a billion pieces.
That's probably a big fail for you, huh?
Yeah.
Epic fail, dude.
Yeah, that stunk. So last night we had another 2 episodes of MJ.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman is officially my favorite person on earth.
So listen to this. I think Jerry Krause was more important to the Bulls winning those 6 championships than anyone else other than Michael Jordan. Wow. That's where I'm at.
You're never on the side of the players, huh? Just an administration guy.
I mean, honestly, like it's you just look back, like the guy made right move after right move after right move. Like he made the right trades that people were saying don't do. He signed the right coaches. He fired the right coaches. Like he did everything perfect. He did. Like the only thing he didn't do is end it well. But like at the same time, what? He didn't want to sign Dennis Rodman. But you know what he did do? He did freaking suck it up and listen to his assistant that was just persisting him to say, hey, so that took some skills too, just to say, hey, I got to listen to my guys here. Like that guy was honestly, I think he was more important than fucking Scottie Pippen. I didn't know anything about Jerry Krause until all this, but it seems like that guy pulled the strings.
He's a smart guy, but it's 2 of the top like 15, 20 players of all time. I mean, Michael Jordan's the best, obviously, and Pippen's up there. So that has to do with the talent too, but I see where you're coming from.
I wouldn't put Pippen top 15, Devin. But I see where you're coming from too. But I mean, I just think, like that whole triangle offense thing when like Jordan was in love with Doug Collins, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then he goes to Jordan, he goes, I'm going to fire this guy because he's not doing the triangle offense.
That is
like,
I'm going to hire.
That's amazing right there. That is something that if he doesn't do that, they might not win ever. The Pistons might be able to beat the shit out of Jordan every series, and then they might not be able to get past them.
Yeah, if Doug Collins was open to the triangle offense, then Phil Jackson might have never been Phil Jackson.
Never Phil Jackson. That's what I think too.
Doug Collins would not have. He didn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah.
I want to give Jordan the ball and everyone get out of the way.
Devin, you think you could beat Michael Jordan one-on-one if you decapitated his right arm? What is it? Yeah, probably. I think I could beat him if he only had one hand. Yeah, get out of here, dude. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Obviously he's still really good with his left, but I know which way he's going all the time.
What are you gonna push him right every time, dude? He just spin around you or something? I don't know.
No, I'll just push him.
I mean, did you not?
Left. He can only go left.
His famous highlight is going up with the right and then just switching to his left hand midair and flicking it up off the backboard.
Yeah, but then he can't switch it. He only has one way to go.
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't be able to.
And then I'll swat his shit into the 8th row.
He would throw it off the backboard, alley-oop it to himself, and just slam it right in your face.
We don't know how he would adapt with only one hand. I don't know.
The Pistons did say when the Michael rule, when he's at the top of the key, always push him over so he's on his left hand.
Mm-hmm. How about that? Those rules that they had. That was pretty.
Just fucking.
That was amazing.
That was interesting. Yeah, I love the strategy that's in that.
I love the whole back and forth between, like, the serious back and forth, like, to this day between Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan. But not only that,
so much hate there still.
It's so funny to me that, like, Dennis Rodman's such a unique character that he was mixed up. He was on both sides of that, and like no one gives a shit just because he's so unique. And like they're like, fucking Dennis. Like, of course he's not gonna shake anyone's hand. He's like, yeah, fuck you. We lost. We walked off.
What do you expect from Dennis Rodman?
Unbelievable that he just said fuck you guys and was like, I'm gonna take a vacation, and they were like, all right, 48 hours, and he was just gone for like 4 days instead.
How good do you have to be at your role to be able to get that kind of a leash? Like, that's amazing.
And then he's banging Carmen Electra in his hotel room.
Oh, and Madonna for a
Shout
while.
out Carmen Electra.
Did you see him wearing like the fucking state police like uniform or whatever when he's sitting around at the booth like taking shots, like, and then he's drinking a Miller Lite and then he just hops on the motorcycle and peels off. Like, that dude was a fucking riot, dude. He belonged on the traveling cocaine circus, of which the Bulls were before.
Absolutely, he did.
He should have been on.
He probably tried to get it started again, but MJ was not having it. He was like, "No,
Yeah, but see when oh, go ahead.
No, go for it.
No, I was gonna say when the Bulls signed him, he was like, they met with him, and he was like, we signed you. Want to play for the Bulls?" He's like, "Whatever." Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Like, I don't
But the thing is funny though, because like you see him in the weight room drinking a kamikaze, but like the dude's in the weight room still fucking killing it. Like he's tapped, but he was so fucking dedicated, and like obviously that's who like a guy like Draymond Green tries to model his game off of now that I like think back. But like you really do need that kind of guy to be able to make it to the championship level, or at least to be able to be a dynasty. Cool story
too.
Oh,
I mean, he's a freak now, but cool story. Like his mom kicked him out when he was 18, which I'm sure that happens a lot. And like people don't have houses. I'm sure that happens all over sports. But then he just showed up as someone asked him to play college basketball, and he was like, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Dude, he started as like the
and
water
all of a sudden
boy,
he's the
didn't he?
best. Yeah, something like that. Like the coach asked him if he wanted to play.
He wasn't even like on the team. He's just around the team, like helping out.
Yo, Adam Sandler would ball on him though. Way better water boy.
Fact.
He's a way better water boy.
No cap there.
I think I might take the Dennis Rodman approach to kicking, and I'm just gonna show up at these random college or NFL stadiums and just start booting 40-yarders and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make it one day.
Yeah.
What was that old movie about the guy tried out for the Eagles? Invincible. Remember that one?
Yeah, Vince Papale.
Yeah. It's your boy.
Good name.
Santo Parisi, Papale, same shit.
Same shit.
Yeah, both Guineas. We could do it. I'll tell him I'm an uncle.
One of them did it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Love it. So what else you guys boys got tonight?
You didn't tell me something. Oh, no, you did say something you hate. What's something you love? How about that? We didn't go into this one yet.
Something I love?
Yeah, something you love. Man.
Well, currently I love this cowboy hat. What I really love, I didn't really think about this one too much, but I love sports. I love lamp. I don't know. Did you guys think of a good one? What do you got?
I didn't think of any.
Just came to my brain. I love when you go to a restaurant or a shop you've been going to for a while, and that one day it finally clicks. It finally happens when you show up and they know your order.
Oh,
like,
wow. That is actually fire.
Like, you really care about me, the customer. Yeah, what's Cape Ann Coffees?
I know it was Cape Ann Coffees.
Large caramel ice. I was like, hell yeah.
I go to Cape Ann Coffees almost every single day. And the other day I walked in there. I got to the front door, and I realized I forgot my mask in my car. So being the good citizen I am, I went back to my car, grabbed my mask, and started walking back in. Before I even got inside, the cup of coffee was sitting on the counter, and she looks at me, and she goes, "That one's for you." She knows I always hand her $3 every single time. It's like $2 and change. I just slapped the money on the table, grabbed my coffee, and walked out. It was the best encounter I've ever had in my life.
Give it a nice little slap.
Right there with you, Dev.
You always give them extra change, too?
That's amazing.
Always. If you're not giving them the extra change, you're crazy.
What a guy.
Yeah, I mean,
that deserves all like 17 cents.
That deserves a tip.
My coffee, I get an extra large.
Sometimes I just a copy $2 or $3 once in a while.
I take him into the bathroom. I tip him well.
Oh, nice.
You giving me a tip?
I mean, I live in 2020, so I pay with a card. But I don't know.
I've had a lot of cash on me recently.
Straight cash? What have you been doing?
Yeah, I try to go to the ATM at like the beginning of the week and take out a certain amount of cash so I don't have to use my debit card as much. So then I'm kind of like locked in on that number. Trying to save some money, trying to buy a house, big brain stuff.
That's smart.
Yeah, just budgeting throughout the week.
It doesn't happen like that though. I always end up swiping away, but what are you gonna do? Swipe, swipe, swipe.
Hey, you gotta at least
like Patty Smooch is trying to steal a girl, He's just swiping away.
Like.
Oh, love it.
Would you say something you love? You love sports. You love lamp. Devin loves getting a nice coffee.
I love when they know my order.
Knowing the order is kind of big league. That's when you know you really made it.
Yeah, I felt like they loved me there,
Santo, what's something you love, bud?
What's something I love? I love watching the Pats win Super Bowls. How about that?
That's a good one, man. That's an absolute good one, for sure.
I love Boston sports parades to one up that. How about that?
Oh,
because there's a lot of those.
Many
best Boston sports parade, Santo.
Best Boston sports parade was when the Pats came back and beat the Falcons, and it was me, you, Jesse, some of my boys from college, and it was dumping snow that day. Yeah, I didn't even know it was cold.
The snow was huge.
I didn't even know it was fucking snowing. I had the best. That was the best day of my life.
Oh, yeah. No, that was. Yeah. I lost my voice for sure that day.
I lost my voice at like 8 a.m. I legit couldn't talk all day long.
I missed it because I was a D2 athlete trying to make it to the league. Didn't work out though.
Hey, you know what, Dev? Like I said, be persistent, bud. Be persistent. And I think, being a D2 athlete and seeing how high Duggar went in this draft, I think you need to re-enter next year. I think you need to
re-upping.
If anyone wants to watch Devin's highlight tape, Huddle, Devin Hemian. I think it's on YouTube. It's definitely on Huddle still.
It's on there.
Also, go to my Instagram, SantoP13, and I have an NFL draft combine with Devin in it. Good highlights in there.
Yeah, we could share the link on the page, maybe.
Do you think there's any way we could, promote you enough to get you into next year's NFL combine?
Never know.
Should we start a movement?
That's what I'm saying. Because if so, a GoFundMe, I don't know how it would work, but just enough recognition that you could potentially get into the NFL combine, joke or not.
Hey, Bill Belichick's wife. Have you ever, know her daughter's on Instagram? The Hess twins?
I don't.
No.
Well, we could maybe slide in their DMs and be like, hey, put this in Bill's ear.
Okay.
We got this kid who, could be an asset to the Pats. You never know.
You know who'd be perfect for that job?
Who?
Our one and only Patty Smooches.
That's true. He's a lobbyist. Politics guy.
He could do that. He could do that.
Smooches has definitely been, ruining people's quarantines, this entire time, just slaying chicks.
Just sliding in everyone's girls' DMs.
Just nobody knows about it, though. He just keeps it DL.
He's smashing your girl while you're quarantined with her.
So when are we gonna get Glidden on? We gotta get Glidden. Glidden. We gotta get him on Business Insider soon.
Business Insider. Maybe he'll be the special guest this week. Maybe he'll be it next week. Maybe you'll just have to keep watching and see when he comes on.
We have a big guest for this week. People are forgetting that.
I know. Should we cut to that?
I can't hear you, Flip.
Flippa, can you hear us?
Connecting to audio.
Okay, here we go. We're working through it.
We'll give a re-intro. He's connected to audio now.
This is actually perfect.
Hey, okay. Boneheads.
Hey, there he is. We're the boneheads.
Flippa, Barry, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Flip?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I see you driving around in your car right now. Is that all you do?
That's all I do every day.
Gotta stay busy.
The good thing the gas is low.
Yeah, that's for damn sure.
How many people have you waved to in the last 5 minutes?
That DJ?
Yeah, how you doing, Flip?
You in ages.
I know, it's been a while. How you doing during these trying times right now?
That sucks. I hate it.
Oh my God, you're telling me. You're telling me.
You must be going absolutely crazy because you loved parking at Niles Beach, and now you can't even park there anymore.
Yeah, I came down the end.
The loopholes, like we were
around it.
saying last night. He finds the loopholes.
I
There's a
love
place under the boulevard.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Flip,
finally.
I gotta ask something. Why do you always have those wind protectors on your cars? You had it on your last car. Now you have it on this car. Do you love the wind protector look so everyone knows it's you, or what's going on there?
No, it's just a coincidence the way they came. That's
No way.
car my daughter, she had it.
When
the
you
flip
when you
signature.
search for cars online for your next car, is that one thing that you check off the box in? Is the wind protector?
Fuck no. Can't less about it.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, so Flip, I got a question for you. This is one that, all the people want to know. Where did the name Flip come from originally?
Oh wow. Back
I-
around '97, we used to have football sleepouts with camps and cookouts and shit. That was stopped afterwards. But in '97, we did it over at Camp Spindrift and the swimming pool over there. And Coach Cirilli decided he was going to throw me in the pool. And when I come out, I took my shirt off, and I was wringing it out, and the kids go, "You got a flipper, a dolphin on your back." They go, "No, you shot." Kids from Gloucester know the difference. They started singing the song Flipper. Remember that movie Flipper, the show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it just kept on. It's like a lot of people now don't even know my real name.
Yeah. I love it. I
That's
thought
not
it might
real
be
good.
something like that.
So now, speaking of people that don't know your name, they only know you by Flip. You know everybody in Gloucester, like literally millions of people in Gloucester. How many people do you run into and you just have no idea what their name is anymore? But they're like, "Hey, Flip, what's up?" And you're like, "Oh fuck, what's that guy's name? I can't think of it."
Probably about half of them.
That's why you call everyone boneheads.
That's
Hey,
it.
what's up, bonehead?
That's all you
Yeah,
need.
it takes care of everybody.
Yeah. I respond.
Yeah, you do. Why are you on duty without a freaking face mask on all the time?
Me?
Oh.
Ooh, here we
Calling me
go.
out like that, huh? When I'm around people, like when I'm on details that I'm near people a lot, I wear them. But if I'm on one where like I'm not seeing anyone, I'm not near the guys, it's just cars driving by me.
Yeah.
I don't really think I'm not.
Yeah, but
with
some asshole
anyone.
come here and spit in your face or something. Yeah, something stupid.
Yeah, you're
that
supposed to
would
be a
be an
role model,
asshole.
Santo.
Oh.
You know what?
Bad-
None of
bad
you guys
PR.
wear 'em. I see Johnny Good all the time and Morrissey. None of them wear them.
Yeah, I mean, we do when we're in close proximity to people, but I mean, to stand there in the middle of a road, with a mask on, I don't know. Do you need to?
You're not invincible. Something could happen.
Yeah.
Better safe than
Yeah,
sorry.
that is
Santo.
true. That is true.
I don't mean to lecture you, but
No,
but he
you're
just
right.
did.
You are right.
I just did.
Yeah.
You got to write into
So-
the chief.
So Flip, back to like knowing everyone. Have you ever given a thought of maybe giving Mayor a shot?
No.
No, never. I mean, I feel like it'd
Never.
be an easy campaign for you.
You know what?
Be a
though?
landslide.
You're mayor. When you become mayor, half the people hate you and half like you. So it's a no-win situation. Even
Yeah,
You'd be like
half the people hate us, but
you'd be like the better version of Roberti. That's what you'd be.
Kid, you ready? You say I wouldn't win? You say like
You'd
you
win.
would,
I'd vote for you.
Thanks, bud.
I'd vote for you.
Flip,
I
do
love
you think they'll ever build a statue of you at the high school? I think it's coming
I
at some
hope
point.
not.
You
I
know
hope
one?
not.
I think they need to right in the old front entrance, right in the center lot, right there. I think there needs to be a big statue of you.
They asked me what I want to do one time. I said, name the bathrooms after me. But I really don't give a shit.
Flip a very bad.
How long have you been doing that job at the high school?
I
What
started
do you even like
football.
call that job? Like what are you? I don't even know. You're just Flip. Like you just do it all.
the assistant athletic director, equipment manager. What a
Okay.
title. Huh?
What a title.
Gotta call you something.
If it wasn't for Flip, though, then Gloucester sports literally wouldn't be able to. They wouldn't be able to function.
Someone would do it. Well, they're not functioning now.
So how long have you been doing it?
I started off in '85. It's football, doing football boosters, and then I started doing the equipment at about '95 or so.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Almost 25 years.
Nice.
Who's
A lot of fun.
Who's the best athlete you've seen come through the high school in
I
your
knew you were
years?
gonna ask
I gotta know. I know you have one
Jimmy
name.
Jimmy
Eunice? Yeah.
Without question.
Oh yeah,
That's kind of
Yeah,
that's what I expected.
absolutely.
Like
Matter of
that.
fact, he's teaching down here now.
Really?
Yeah, he's a
Oh,
gym
really?
teacher. Yeah, he's
Oh,
a gym
awesome.
teacher.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know that.
So
Yeah,
so
he's the
Flip,
greatest guy I've ever meet.
Flip, who's looking after the warehouse right now if you're not there?
The warehouse?
Yeah. The
field
field house. The field house.
The warehouse. You wouldn't believe it, but actually I'm sitting outside it right now.
No way.
Oh, of course.
So you are still. I like that.
Can you
We
see it?
kept on trying to get Flip.
Oh, there it is. Let's
No
go.
one
kept
gets
trying to
this,
get Flip on
please.
this podcast, and I was convinced that Flip just couldn't get on or wasn't answering me because he just didn't have service in the field house.
I don't. I'm in the field house. I don't have service.
Hey, by the way, Flip, our other co-host is Patrick Kelly. He says hello and that you owe him a trip into the tower above GHS.
Yeah, you know what he wants to do?
What?
He wants to sneak up there and put a banner up there. When
Of course he does.
You see Patrick, ask him why they threw him out of Canada.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good story. That's a good
Gotta hear
story. Maybe we'll have him on a little sneak peek next week with Pat Kelly, just so we can have that
All right,
conversation with him.
He's an awesome kid, so.
Yeah, sometimes.
That
It's all
is.
right.
So when are you gonna retire? You ever gonna retire or what? Or are you just
Nah,
gonna?
Just go with the wind, I guess.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Play it
That's the
through.
way to do it, Flip. Well, hey, I mean,
You ever see that movie with it was about school or something? The guy died at the desk and he was there for a while and no one knew it.
Jesus
That'll
Christ,
be me.
Flip.
no.
Jesus Christ.
I'll be dead at the desk and kids are walking. Hey, what are you doing, boathead?
That
You
would be
still
the
have
statue
everyone's
right
pictures
there.
up on you in your office? Do you have all the pictures that everyone's given
Oh,
you
yeah,
over the years?
Even the one
That's
you drew,
awesome.
yeah, polka dot shirt or whatever it was, that's still there.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Love it.
stop that.
Man,
Everything's still there.
I
All the
bet it
pictures,
is.
Yeah.
Some things never change, you know?
all the good memories.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's for damn sure. All right, Flip, we'll let you off. You can go enjoy the rest of your day. We appreciate you being on here.
No problem.
Thanks, Flip.
Talking to you guys.
I think Flip Barry might be the most well-known person in Gloucester.
There.
Yeah.
I think
For
you
all the
definitely
right
have that
reasons, I
title.
hope.
You're definitely on the Mount Rushmore. That's for sure.
Good
Flip,
try.
I want you to start counting how many times you wave a day while you're driving around, and then I want a number by the end of the week.
All right, I'll try to keep track.
All right. Hey, take it easy out
All
there
right.
and stay
Next
safe.
time you see Flip Barry, put
All
money
right,
in
love
to
you
build a
guys.
statue for him right at the Rotary.
Take it
Love
easy,
you
Flip.
guys.
See you, Flip.
All right, take care,
Love
Flip.
you too.
Have a good one.
Love.
What's up, gamers? Patty Smooch is here again with the third week of the Smooch Report. Sorry about the sound technical difficulties last week. My headphones were picking up some weird like rain noises. So I switched to these ones this week. Hopefully it sounds a little bit better. I'm gonna start right off with the red cards. I'm gonna give one to DJ for saying that his hat was better than mine and Curtis's. That's just blatantly wrong, and I think Curtis and I will agree upon that. And it could very well be the last thing that Curtis and I ever agree upon. I think last week he took it a step too far by saying that he didn't have my phone number. I wasn't exaggerating when I said we go way back. Like we've hung out. Like he's texted me to hang out. He's called me. Like I could hit up AT&T for the phone records and ask for all the calls from Curtis Quinn, and there would be at least at least a couple. There's a couple there for sure. Other than that, give one to Devin for saying that he could beat MJ in a game of one-on-one if MJ was losing or had lost his right arm. I think you have to be missing more than one limb, definitely two at least. It could even be both his hands, and I think he would still beat you. He would just circus seal it past you, and you wouldn't score a point on him, I bet. Third one, I'm going to give to all three of you for trying to blow up my spot, saying I hit up people's girlfriends. You guys know as well as anyone that's just not true. I only hit up people's sisters. If someone's sister happens to also be someone's girlfriend, that's just a coincidence, and that's just collateral damage, and I'm sorry for that. But I'm gonna give all three of you a red card for that one there. That brings the score to Devin and DJ tied in first place. Santo bringing up the rear again. I could give Devin and DJ a double punishment again, but I think I'm just gonna. I really want to see Devin shotgun one of those Twisted Tea tall boys that he loves so much. Santo, I don't know if you think you're building up goodwill with me by like not getting a lot of red cards, but I'm sure like when it does come to time that you have a bunch of red cards and you lose, like the punishment is just gonna be extra, extra over the top, and we'll see what that is. Other than that, none of the topics really jumped out at me as something that I have anything extra to add to. A lot of draft talk and stuff like that. So I'm really going to use this platform, this time that I have here, with all like 6 viewers that make it to this point in the video, to talk about something that's near to dear to my heart, and it's an issue that I'm really passionate about, and that is the gender pay gap in the feet pics market. You got some ladies out here on the internet making tens of thousands of dollars a year, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. I'm just sending pictures of their feet to people. And I'm saying I don't have beautiful feet. Like they're not gourmet feet by any standard. I mean, maybe like Olive Garden feet, but like I should be able to make a couple bucks here. Scratch together something to go out on the weekends with. But I'm making $0, and it's just kind of ridiculous. And I think it's really one of the great injustices in our society that we're facing today. And I think some light needs to be shed upon it. And that's what I'm trying to do now. So maybe if any of you guys want pics of my feet later, you can hit me up, and I'll send a good price too. Like it's nothing crazy, just a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there. It would be happy for me. Other than that, I'll just talk to you next week, I guess. Bye.
We could have had it all, rolling in the deep. You have my heart and soul in your hands, and you played it to the beat. Yeah.
Smooch Report podcast.